What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. Today we are going to go over a product that I actually received on Father's Day from my wife. Now she has seen me watch different review videos on these things, and I have stated to her, and she knows this already, that it's a mixed bag. There's some good reviews and there's some bad reviews. It's a hit or miss with these things. And I was like, man, I'd like to get one. They're not expensive. They're like $45. You can actually find some cheaper. And what I am talking about is this UT Box X2 Gamestick. This thing has 40,000 games built into it. It has an SD card with 40,000 games and a bunch of emulators, tons of emulators on it. So let me show you what this looks like. First off, this is the stick right here. I have already opened this. I've been playing it because I wanted to test it. But you pull the top off here. Here is your HDMI hookup. And if this does not fit into your TV, because some HDMI hookups in the back of TVs are kind of, wonky back there, it does come with an adapter. And you just, voila. That's what I had to do for mine because it wouldn't fit with just the stick. On the side here, see, one of the things I didn't put back in the box was my power supply. And right here is the little slot where you plug in your power supply. It does not come with the power box. Unfortunately, a lot of things like this they don't come with power boxes. So if you have a little phone charging box, that works. Just plug that in, and that's what I've used. I've had no problems with it. Now on the back end of it is where you put the dongle. Just plug it in like so. And it comes with two controllers. I'm just going to show you one of them. Oh, you know what? The other one is not opened yet. I did open this one. These are just little generic PS2 looking controllers. You know what? We'll just open this thing up. Fuck it. Yeah. Well, this one's pretty cool color-wise. Yeah, this has the black and orange. That looks pretty cool. But on the back, it just slide that off. It takes two AAA batteries. Pretty cool. I mean, I don't like controllers that take batteries, but hey, it is what it is. But this thing, like I said, it has 40,000 games on it. And from what I have seen so far, there are duplicates. So, that's not surprising. 40,000 is quite a bit of games. But all the emulators that are on it, man, there's a shit ton of emulators on it. Unfortunately, there are some that just don't work. And I don't know why they put them on these, because like the SD card that they include in here with all the games on it, it's cheap. It's from China. That's what they do. With their products like this, even their handheld emulators, they send stuff with a really cheap SD card. Your best bet, and I never do it, and I probably should, but everyone says, load this up into your PC or laptop for a backup and put it on a better card or whatever. I just haven't done so on anything, and I really should. But there are some emulators, like I said, that do not work. And one of them is the PSP emulator. I can't get any of those games to work. And I forget what other emulator there was. I don't know if it's the Sega Saturn. On a couple games, there's no music. And it kind of lags out a couple times. But everything else that I've tried has worked great. And, my main thing was the arcade collection. I mean, there's a lot of arcade collections on here, and I have not had one problem with any of them at all. And the other cool thing that I should mention real quick is I did test a arcade stick on this. Now, my Mayflash F300 on my Freecade does not work with it, which I don't understand. The F300 doesn't, but there is another Mayflash that does, and let me show you real quick. All right, so I grabbed the arcade stick that does work, and this is Mayflash also, so I don't know why my Mayflash F300 doesn't work, but the Mayflash F101 does work. However, when you are on the menu, you have to switch this switch right here, the second switch. I don't even know what the hell it's called. But you have to have this down, and then when you get into the game, you got to switch it up one notch for the gameplay. Then all of a sudden, all this stuff works. Unfortunately, what you can't do, even though it has the option for button mapping on this, you do have that. I map the buttons on this, and for some reason, it doesn't register. So you gotta kind of go with default. And a lot of the times, you know, I was thinking I was going to use these bottom buttons like the A and the B. Well, no, I'm up here using it. So it's really up to you if you want to use something like this. I don't recommend it. I'm sure there's another arcade stick out there that actually lets you map the buttons. I think it's kind of luck that this even works with it, considering the F300 doesn't. And the F300 is a way better arcade stick than this. Not that there's anything wrong with this. This works great, like on the PS3 and everything. So it is a good stick. I haven't switched out these buttons or anything yet. So yeah, I like this stick. I just don't have any use for it. But if I can figure out, maybe if I get inside of this and rewire the buttons, I might make like a bar top arcade or something and power it with this. Which, you know, maybe that will be my next project. I don't know yet. But, hey, you know what? Enough talking about this thing. Let's see how this thing performs. I want to show you guys all the different emulators on here and all the different games. You have a lot of options on here. 40,000. So, let's jump into some gameplay. Okay, so I'm on my little portable mic. So this might not have the greatest of sound quality. You're probably not going to pick up any sound from the game or anything. So, let's see, because it has some noise cancellation shit. But let's go through these emulators. You know, it has the PlayStation Portable, Naomi. Here, I'm just going to scroll down through these. You guys can read these. Lots of really cool stuff on here. Because some of these I've never even heard of. I mean, it's pretty cool that it has links on here. Now, it has 103 links games on here, which is pretty cool. That's a system I never owned, was the Link, so I was happy to see that. Atari 7800. See, now this is one that I've never played, but I'm pretty sure that's Conan. Yeah, it looks just like him. Yeah, this has a lot of shit on here. Now see, I've never heard of this one at all, so I don't know what that's like. You know, not a C64 fan. I do have a C64, but I've said in previous videos, it's one of the systems that I do have in a storage bin. I just don't like it. Amiga, not real familiar with it. Obviously, I've heard of it. I just don't know much about it. I think that was more, it was bigger overseas than it was here in the States. This FB Alpha, never even heard of it. Maybe I have, I don't know. What's that have? 96 games on it. MXS 600. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of cool shit on here. These Nintendo hacks are just weird. There's probably about 50 Super Mario hacks on here, like Super Mario 2, and it has like a Christmas edition where Mario's wearing a Santa hat. So, not real sure why these Game & Watches are on here. I mean, they're cool as a little handheld, but not this. Virtual Boy is just a headache. I haven't even tried. I don't even know if these work. Neo Geo does, the Neo Geo Pocket does, some of the Dreamcast does, some just doesn't have music. Sega Genesis. Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff on here. Then you can go to all games. Then of course you have like your favorites. Now, I think I accidentally hit X a few times, so there's probably a bunch in here now. Yeah, I have 73 games in here and they're not my favorites. But here, let's just let's try this. This is for PSP. Now this did not work the first time I tried it. This all came up, but when it was game time, it just didn't want to run, and I'm not sure why. That maybe there was a hiccup, because see, this is the furthest that it's got. Yeah, none of this popped up last time. Oh yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. So it is all scratchy in the sound and everything. There's definitely some lag going on here. Yeah, this does not play well at all. I mean, it doesn't look bad, it just sucks that it doesn't play. Obviously, we got to do some arcade classics. There's 2566 on this. 2,566 games on here. All right, here we go. Alright, so here's another game that is going to be on the Toilet Plan 3 collection. This is Batsugan. This is one of my favorite flying shoot 'em ups. It's in my top 10 favorite ever. So let's see how this one runs. I have not played it on here yet, so this will be a first. So hopefully I don't fuck it up too bad. Let's see if I can mess this up. I do love this game, and I hope it plays well on the evercade. So far, so good. So in a lot of reviews that I've seen on this, the N64 seems to have problems on some games, and one of them was Super Mario 64. So let's see if I have any problems on this. Hopefully not. All right, so far everything looks like it's running smooth, but let's see what this gameplay is going to be like, because you know, looks can be deceiving. But so far everything seems to look fine. See how this controls. Oh yeah, this runs fine. That's always a good thing. All right, so Mario works just fine. All right, and you know what? I just noticed I keep saying Sega Saturn. I mean Sega Dreamcast. A lot of these games, or a couple of these games anyway, the fighting games, didn't have music. So let's check out some of their other stuff. Like, let's try Gigawing 2, see if this plays well. See how we do. I mean, it's Gigawing, so there's gonna be bullets everywhere. But this does sound, and holy shit, and it does play well. God damn. All right. I mean, it's typical Gigawing. I mean, look at all them bullets. I think when we played the first Gigawing on the Retro Hour, I was saying, man, whoever designed this was not getting any from his woman and was just pissed off. This looks beautiful. but holy shit is it hard. We will do some Blazing Star, and this is the Neo Geo. See how this runs. It should run fine. I've tested a bunch of Neo Geo games, haven't done this one yet, so let's see how this one performs. Hopefully well. Yeah, this looks and runs fine so far. Sounds fine. Unfortunately, like I said, my microphone ain't gonna pick that up. This is such a good game. Love me some Blazing Star, man. Besides the whole bonus. Like, holy shit. Come on, man. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you here is I'm in the Nintendo library, and this has almost 4,000 games in it. So you know there's a lot of bootlegs and stuff like that in it. But look at all of these Super Mario Brothers that are in here. I mean, there are tons where people just made their own shit, like Excite Mario Brothers, like Frank's first, Frank's second. I mean, there's just tons of Super Mario Brothers on here. Yeah, see this Christmas edition. That's what I was talking about earlier. And then the Christmas edition for Super Mario 2 and stuff. But I'm anxious to see what this Excite Mario. Let's see what this is. I mean, yeah, it looks weird already. Excite Mario Brothers. All right, one-player game. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my god. Yeah, check that out. I mean, that's just weird. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, and there's Metroid. I mean, yeah. Alright. So yeah, see, there's all types of weird shit on this thing. So, I don't know, I'm gonna have to make another video where maybe I'll do a series of playing all these different hacks. Or not hacks, but bootlegs. I wonder if I can kill this like this. Oh yeah. Oh, he doesn't die though. It kind of flattens his tire. Like I said, tons of really cool stuff on here. Like 95%, maybe more than that, actually work. I mean, look at this library for Nintendo. This is just ridiculous. I mean, I thought my cart that was a 832 in one was crazy. This is nuts. But, you know, 548 Game Boy Color games. There's just a whole lot. Those are the games, and that's the actually pretty amazing menu. I mean, it's laid out pretty well. It's just when you get to them collections that have over 1,000 games, it's just in alphabetical order, so you gotta scroll all the way down. You gotta kind of know what you're looking for here. So lots of cool shit on here. For 45 bucks, I really can't complain. You know, it's not perfect by any means, but you know, you get all them games. It's decent. It's not going to break the bank or anything like that. I mean, 40,000 games, you know, granted a lot of them are bootlegs, but there's also a lot of good classics on there that play well. And like I said, over 95%, I'm going to guess probably about 98% of that whole library on there plays just fine. You're kind of shit out of luck if you're looking for something for like PSP though, because I haven't found one game on there yet for PSP that plays well. Everything else pretty good. Sega Dreamcast, I know I kept saying Saturn, but Sega Dreamcast, a lot of those games do play well, Even the fighting games play pretty good, except there's no music for some reason. The sound effects and everything are there, but other than that, they play just fine. But all like the flying shooters and the action adventure games on there, they all play just fine. I didn't have any problems. I know some people did. Maybe it's just luck. Maybe you get a good card. Other people get bad cards in their bad ROMs, whatever. But again, I'm not gonna recommend this thing to anybody. It's really up to you. Me personally, I'm not mad. I mean, I'm thankful that my wife got it for me. I'm having a lot of fun on it. And, a lot of these games, like the arcade classics especially, I don't have physical copies of. I still don't, obviously. I just have this. But it's something that I can go and play these games. So it's a lot of fun. So that's really up to you. Just do the pros and cons. $45. Me personally, I don't think you can beat it. So that's just my view on this thing. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch. I hope you enjoyed. And if you're thinking about getting one of these, let me know what you think of it if you do get one in the comments section. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.